my tea sippers, and you know what time it is. I hope you have all of your crumpets together because it's time to dish tea. And you're dishing tea, darlings, with Big Meat.
Can't wait. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat. It's time to dish tea with Big Meat.
Darling. And hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 hello. Okay, that was cute. Cute. I'm trying to change it up a little bit here and there and see what works and what don't work and see if I can hit a note if I can't or whatever. In any event, hello to all of my tea sippers, my crumpet dunkers, my tea brewers, my pot stirrers, and my tea leaf readers. What's going on in your world, honey? It's another glorious day, so I know you have all of your crumpets, darling, because it's time to dish tea, and you are dishing tea, darling. With Big Meats. What's going on, honey? Hey. We are here, child. Listen, we were trying to come on last night. Uh Girl, you dumb. Okay. You silly. We were trying to come to you guys last night and carrying on, but we had massive storms that came through here in College Park, Georgia, and things, and other areas here in Atlanta and carrying on in other parts of Georgia, and we got hit. So what happened, we had no power, baby. It was like, what, 15 minutes before it was time for us to come on, and I had just put everything together. I had the alerts and things, and I'm sitting down here doing my thing, and next thing I know, it just went dark. It went dark. And I couldn't call nobody. I couldn't text nobody. You know, their calls were slowly trying to come in. Then when they came in, I broke off. I couldn't call back. It was just a mess. So we weren't able to come to you last night. So what I'm going to do is we're going to take and combine last night's show with today's show. Because y'all know, with this being Sunday, y'all know what it is, honey. It is I Said What I Said Sundays, honey. And y'all know the rules. Y'all already know the rules. Y'all, the rules are what? I'm going to give y'all 5 minutes, honey. You got 5 minutes. You can come in here. You can talk about any and everything you want to talk about, okay? However, there's a caveat. You can't come up in here, number one, in your feelings, because if someone challenges you on your thought processes or your contentions or whatever your message is. If you're being challenged, then you should be able to have adult conversations and know how to navigate through your points successfully. You know, now we may not always agree. The goal is not to get someone to agree with you. The goal is to have healthy dialogue so that we can both see each other's side of the thing, and then we can make rational decisions. But if you come up in here acting real stupid, crazy, silly, uh out your ass, acting a motherfucking fool and that kind of shit, yeah, you will get dealt with. Okay? Because quite frankly, I am all out of really trying to make sense of your bullshit. Okay? I we're just ain't gonna do it no more. Okay. So if you're coming up in here, you're more than welcome to. You're more than welcome to. Just make sure you come up in here, you come up in here the right way. Okay? Because one of the things that we do understand and appreciate is that as long as you're on this side of creation, everyone's voice deserves to be heard. Now, whether we agree with one another or not, that's a whole separate issue. But everyone deserves to be heard. The thing of it is, now just don't come up in here thinking as if that your bullshit is going to be the tea, okay? Because that ain't gonna be tea, okay? That ain't tea at all, honey. It's gonna be boiling water, okay, and just some lemon juice. It ain't tea, okay? You just sitting up here making a mess, okay? Hell, we're not gonna do all that craziness, and I mean it. Okay, that is what I mean. Now, if you're on Facebook, I just put the link up in the Facebook. Okay, if you're over here on YouTube, this here is the YouTube link here on Facebook. I mean YouTube. Okay, if you guys want to come here in the show, and if you want to talk and things of that nature. Okay. So, having said all that, let me bring in my co-host. We had just got through having wonderful, wonderful fellowship and carried on. This is Big Red, the Big Red fella, and the big guy ally is right there. Aunt Nikki will be joining us, uh, but she got the grandbaby to take care of, and she had to put the baby down. So, had we been on time, she would have been in, but we just left Red's house.
It's you again.
We just left Red's house, and I should have known something that, because every time it happens, every time we get over to his house and we're supposed to be doing the show, uh,
What? Oh, yeah.
uh,
Tell them make
no, I forget to take my no, I don't forget to take my computer. I don't take it because oftentimes I'm like, no, I don't need it. I ain't gonna need it. When we could have started to show up over at his house and been cute.
Not a good move, media man.
Well, exactly, and I had it. It was in the bag, and I was like, "Nah, I'll be all right." But because I'm sitting up here saying, "Okay, we're gonna come over here and we're gonna be done and get out in time," but then Aunt Nikki had to do her bigo, and she had all her stuff to do. Okay, and so while we were over here on bigo, that took up all our time, some of our eating time, and carrying on. So we did that, but it was cute and it was fun and it was needed. So that there was that. So we're going to be before you, and we're going to have some fun because I wanted to take time and have some fun today. That was supposed to be yesterday's goal too. The world that we're living in, honey, we got so much shit going on. Okay, so much shit going on, and you get tired of talking about it, honey. So today I want to have a light show, and just have a little bit of silliness and a little fun or whatever. But I can't get around it because something was sent to me just before we left Red's house that I'm going to talk about and carry it on. But before I do, let me bring your boy Derek up in here. Derek done came, okay, over from the Nighthawk Network over there. Honey, hello there, my darling.
What's up? What's up, Red? What's up, Shorty?
Yeah. Okay. So having said all that, well, here's what it is because this is what I wrote up, and I want y'all to go with me because this was yesterday, but it fits today. Okay, and I'm asking this. Okay, I want us to sit back and let's talk about your fantasy getaway spots. Okay, spots that you've gone to and that you love, spots that you visited, and you could say nope, not again. Let's talk about those getaway vacations, okay? And then in talking about them, what makes a great vacation spot or getaway? What is it that you feel as though are must-haves, or what kind of activities do you partake in when you're on vacation? What besides fucking? Please do not come up here and say fucking. Okay. Do not, because that there is a given, okay? Especially when you're out of town and nobody knows you and you're there to go do your dirt thinking you Stella trying to get a groove. Okay, let's not go there. That's the obvious. But let's go and expand our brain cells, okay? And let's talk about others. Okay. And then
Okay.
what hinders you from taking a vacation? You know, what are those things that get in your way? You want one, you want to take one, but you can't. What are those things that hinder you from taking a vacation? Uh, and had you had to accept a staycation instead, so maybe you couldn't go away for somewhere, but you had to stay, where you are, and maybe you had to just get a hotel room locally or whatever. So what did that do? And then if you had to do a staycation, what did you do on the staycation, honey? That you felt you should have. What's the difference between a staycation and a vacation? And it might be the fucking. It just might be the fucking. Now I would accept that in that answer there, because most of y'all, or I would say us, don't like to go nowhere unless that fuck piece is a part of it. You know.
That ain't true.
Not me. Not I
But
said the pussycat.
what is it? Because oftentimes, like I said, a lot of us want to get into, well, I'm out of town, Newport, new this, I'm fresh meat, they don't know me. I know with alphabet children, honey, we all get on the little on the sites, and make sure that folks know how far. I do Growler. Growler is the big boy site, right? And right. And when you get on that, honey, it tells you how close everybody is in proximity to you. Okay. So
well, Meech, I'm gonna have to tell you this.
Oh Lord, here we go.
You know what, Derek?
Huh? I'm ready. I'm here for it. Come on.
I'm gonna have to say this. No, really. I used to do this quite frequently, the staycation thing. And it wasn't always about sex, design, or whatever. It was a peace of mind.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna tell you, I spent a lot of days. I used to work a schedule that was so beautiful. I was off every other weekend.
Dig it.
And when I say every other weekend, the way the schedule was set, it was called a 3 and 2.
Okay.
And I would be off every other weekend, and each of my every other weekend was 4-day weekends.
Okay.
So what I would do is already have me a suite booked. And just to tell you how it was, I would get me whatever my libation is. And back then, I'm gonna tell you how when this was. Back then, KFC had just dropped their hot wings and shit. So
okay, right.
I would get the order of hot wings, whatever libation I want, you know what I'm saying? And I would go there, and it's like I'd go check in on my lunch break, right, before I'm off for the weekend. And turn my air up and everything, you know what I'm saying? Have the room goddamn right where I need it. And when I get off work, I got all the time in the world for a hot ass bubble bath. I ain't in no rush. Ain't no female with me bugging the shit out of me. I ain't got to feed her. I got my drink, my wings, my room. And most of the time I have a nice little outfit for me for that night. And I'm able to doggone do what I want and take my fucking sweet time in doing it. And then I can go out. If I feel like going out, I'll go out. But I'll go somewhere totally different from where I normally would go.
I need to know.
You know what I'm saying? And I would hang in there, possibly meet people or whatever, and kick it, whatever. But I know at the end of the night, I didn't have to go to my regular realm of life. I went back to that suite. And I was able to relax, sleep in long as the fuck I want. When I do get up, I got all the things, I got all the time in the world. I don't have to be nowhere. I can go shopping. So I used to take myself shopping and all that, you know what I'm saying? Barbershop shit. I used to just do a me thing. And I did it quite frequently. Sometimes it was twice a month, sometimes it was once a month.
Okay.
But what it did for me, it made me, because people will take you there. So it kind of put me right back in perspective of a professional mindset. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when it was time to go back to work, when I was at work, it was nothing you can get me to do was a strain or a stress. I got them go through my shift for the week like it ain't shit because you can't stress me out because I released all that.
Dig that. Hold on, let me bring Buck up in here because his time is limited. I think he got a Bigo Streets to do.
You have a
My
nice house,
name is
Buck. I
Buck.
like that grand piano.
Brother.
Hey, go over there and give me something in the key of G.
I want
Okay.
A flat. I want A flute. Okay.
Okay.
What's going on, brethren?
What's that?
So
What's
it's
happening,
all
bro?
good. Wait a minute, I want to go back to this comment. Howard said we're on a few STAYCATION, Virginia Beach and DC, which is another state to me. Mine's what my family would say if I went far away. I see you didn't go to Big Boy Pride. No, I didn't go this year. Which is interesting because I did not go because it was a little too early for me. You know what? We're I know we're coming through the pandemic and all of that, but right now we don't have a handle on it the way that we need to. And quite honestly, I just don't trust everybody else right now. You know, that's too big of a crowd, and the way how we play and play around, I did not trust that atmosphere just yet. So I said, no, I'll wait till 2022. Okay, because by that time we should be, you know, on the good side of this thing, the way that I think it would be. And then also, the organization was, you know, there's a new location, a new hotel and stuff, and that was the first time there. So the higher ups got to iron out all the wrinkles because this is their first time dealing with us, our first time dealing with them, and so it's going to be a number of wrinkles in that, honey. They got the steam press. I would rather them do all that versus us coming up in there and say, oh, they didn't have this, or oh, they didn't do this, or oh, they didn't do it. We got wrinkles. So let them do the wrinkles. And then when I go next year for 2022, they know what to expect somewhat when we get there. And so now, whatever hiccup we have would be because the hotel did not anticipate that because you knew what we were coming to do, especially if they see the numbers have increased, because I'm sure next year the numbers will be grander or greater than what they were this year and things of that nature. And so when they see that, it's just like any other hotel. I work in a hotel. So when you prepare for events, you know what the hell to expect, especially when folks are renting out floors and this, that, and the other. And you tell them what the hell it is. Honey, listen, this is BBP, Big Boy Pride. These children coming down here and they're going to be at the pool. They're going to be half naked and carried on the way that we do. Okay. And it's a private event, you know, and carried on. So hotels are aware of that. It's just that they have to see how we're going to respond and how we're going to act. And then here's the other thing. Y'all know people come down there to get their likes and stuff on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and OnlyFans and Just for Fans and Pornhub and all that. So they're making their own videos everywhere. So now the hotel has got to deal with the lasciviousness of the people. Okay. And so and then we have to this is an Alphabet Children organization and event. So there's a number of people who I don't care what it is, and we're down in Orlando. A number of children are just not going to be down with the Alphabet Children. And then you're talking about big fat black Alphabet Children. Okay. So that there, you know, when everybody looking like football players coming up in there, you talking about, and y'all gay, and then the film ones, honey, big, gay, and you act like a goddamn sissy. That's gonna be too much for the folk to handle. So right now, those are, girl, you know what I'm talking about. So those are the reasons why I did not go. And then another reason too is that my road dog, he lives in New York. He and I, this is one of our things that we do. We make BBP our vacation together. So we come down there and run havoc and carry on just to decompress from the world. And it wouldn't have been right without him there for me, you know, and carrying on. Go ahead.
So, question for you, and this is Gary's question: is Big Boy Pride for just big boys or big boys and boys who like big boys?
The second, big boys, and for those who adore the big children.
Okay.
Okay. For those who adore the big children. Okay. So yeah, so that's why you didn't see me there.
So can I ask you something?
I can tell you something.
Do they have a little nigga pride?
That's every pride you go to.
I mean, that was a good question. I mean,
I mean, that's the one I go to, but to classify, you need to tell me what kind of little boy are you talking about, little boy or little boy?
No,
Huh?
we're not talking about Sony Music. We're talking
Okay, look, inquiring minds want to know. I had to ask the question. Look, you're gonna stop. You're gonna be nice to me, daggone it. I'm little brother.
Okay, did you put your wait a minute? He done went and put his glasses on. He just okay. You done threw your shades on, child.
It's very shady right now. Very
Okay,
shady.
you got to threw the shades on. Everybody. Okay. So what about you, Buck? How are you? And they, what's for you?
he going to medium boy.
What's the difference for you between vacation and a staycation? And what is a fantasy vacation for you?
Okay, let's first talk about the topic, and I got to add my little extra caveat to it. Okay, and here's the thing: in an ideal world, I like to set myself up to do both during these trips. Because ideally, most people have at least 2 weeks off of paid vacation or what have you. So I myself like to do 1 week that is a staycation, and 1 week where I travel elsewhere. Now, as far as that staycation goes, I like I said, despite what y'all may know about my city and y'all don't really know, I love my city of Detroit, and there's several great things to do here. And I strongly encourage those to come visit the city and see for themselves. So, every year I like to plan things, typically around the downtown or midtown area to do in regards to my city. So I would do that for a week. But in terms of my ideal vacation, I've said this since I was a young child. Hawaii. Hawaii is my ideal vacation. I would like to go there and rent an Airbnb in Hawaii and live my best life on the beaches and make love to the natives and all that good stuff.
All right.
And,
You want some poi?
and if I can find Punani Pujaba to love me properly in this way, I'm gonna have to stay with her and become a Hawaiian native the rest of my life.
Well,
bro,
I'm encourage you to take your whole 2 weeks down there, okay? Because you're gonna need the first week to get past the fact that they don't like niggas, okay? You might have to find that specific one because they don't like us. They worse than white folks.
Real talk, no shade. Okay.
You was not helping my bad day at all. You know that, right?
I just don't want my brother to go down there and I have to fly down and fuck somebody up.
I know that's because I'm coming too, honey.
Because no, this here was about the fantasy vacation.
Because it's always the home. It's always Buck, you and I share that alike. Hawaii has always been my go-to. I'm gonna tell you the funniest conversation I ever had with my family as a teenager was when they sat me down and said, "Where you want to go to college at?" I was like, "What? Hawaii University? What you thought?" You know what I'm saying? That's the first thing that came in my mouth.
I did apply.
Right. So, but when I said that, they cracked up laughing like, "Who the fuck gonna pay for that?" So
yeah, but
when I got older, I got a chance to go into the port over there, and I seen the reaction, how they interact with us, and I've been treated better in Ireland. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying.
Wow, better in Ireland. Wow.
That's deep. But okay. In other bad news, for those of you in the network, y'all know that I lost one of my dear friends today to COVID-19. This is said what I said Sunday, so let me say that I am angry. I'm not angry with my creator because in the end, he deems any of us that it is our time to go. It is our time. And though I may not always understand, I must accept that for what it is. But in the same token, I can't help but think that that person's death was caused by somebody out there in the world that we know of Facebook, that basically you chose to be selfish that day and not wear your mask and not social distance and do all these many things that, remember, a year ago we did not know if they work, to what extent they work, what have you. We know these mitigation things help to control the spread of COVID-19 a year later, but yet
Right.
so still choose to be damn stupid. Now, as y'all know, I try not to lean toward being profane, but at this point, for emphasis, I must go there. Stop fucking up. I am sick of living through the pandemic, knowing that at this point, A good part of the problem is that we are just too damn stubborn to listen to reason. It is not about your personal freedoms. It is not about the government trying to control you or poison you or tell you what to do or any of that. The simple fact remains. You look at the countries where people have done these mitigations and they are back to some sense of true normalcy, okay? Think about the place in which the plague comes from, China. Many of those provinces, they are back to having everything open for business, full stadiums, full restaurants, people out in the streets. You know the major difference, though, between those countries and ours? Because in the end, they say, guess what? We know it's still going on. We still want to open back, but guess what? Here, I just wear this now, okay? This is part of my wardrobe. I'm just gonna wear this like I wear my drawers or my shoes.
Oh well, all right. Well, I'm wearing drawers. Oh.
And I need more people to have that energy, okay? I am tired of dealing with the pandemic. And again, I definitely want to get on some of my people of color in regards to this, because there's many of you who are choosing not to take the vaccine, that are choosing not to wear masks, not social distance. I don't know how many times I've gone on my Instagram page or Facebook and see y'all partying out in New Orleans, Las Vegas, California, Florida, Texas. No masks, no nothing. And now here we are in the midst of the pandemic. And guess what? I have two more people in the hospital right now. And I might be telling y'all the same story tomorrow. And it bothers the shit out of me because some of these could have easily been prevented by y'all just listening to good sense. What happened to that? To basically listen to people who know better. These are doctors who have been studying these things for 30 and 40 years, people. They should know. They should know. This ain't about government control or any of that. This is not China. This is not Japan. This is not Russia. This is the United States of America. And no, it is not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. We got some fucked up ways of thinking too. Ask the 80 million people that down there voted for that other dude. But nonetheless, the point is, people, if we are going to successfully get past this and have some sense of normalcy so that in 2022 we can have this as a real discussion, we got to start listening to reason. We got to start even saying, okay, look, if I'm not going to take the vaccine, I'm at least do everything else I could do to keep it safe so that when we fully open back up, that the numbers reflect that, okay, only a few people are getting sick, only a few people are dying. Until we get to that point, we is fucked. And keep in mind, they ain't gonna just keep giving us stimulus packages and stuff when we the ones fucking up. Remember, if all these other townships and provinces are fully vaccinated, guess what? They gonna open up. So then the Detroits, the Chicago, Phillies, Memphis, et cetera, where all the larger urban populations are, where all the people that look like us are, that are taking the vaccine now, they ain't gonna give a fuck what we doing. Guess what? Y'all open up anyway, because bottom line is the 1% gonna rule that. So in the end, either you're gonna get forced to be vaccinated, you're gonna be able to get vaccinated or not work here, you're gonna need a passport, whatever the case may be. But bottom line is it's gonna happen, okay? So whether you choose to or not, whether you choose to wear the mask or not or none, you still want to deal with that. And in the end, I don't want nobody to feel like my friend feels right now, having to bury the only person in his life, had no children. Mother and father already gone. Found that out later on today. Mother died of COVID too. So imagine how they feel at this moment in that big old lonely house that they just bought. And now he has to spend the rest of his life without the one true love of his life, the one he waited all his life to find. Had no wife, never had been married. They both got married in their 40s, had just bought a house, not even 30 days in, and now he is there by himself. Period. I don't want nobody to have that future. We gotta do better. We gotta fucking do better.
All right.
I'm done.
And he said what he said. Okay.
And I said what the fuck I said.
Oh well, all right. Oh, wait a minute. That was kind of masculine. Say that again. Let me stop. Okay. I'm just trying to make the mood a little more fun. Okay. Yeah. I feel you, bro.
Thank you, Meech. Carry on.
Oh. How you gonna say something like that? How you gonna say something like that? Carry on.
No, what all that is channel is a healthy way to release anger and steam and carry it on so that it can be channeled correctly. Okay, because as someone who works in a hotel, and I have to tell grown ass motherfuckers every day, we telling you 3-4 times a day, you got to have your mask on. Now, did you looking at the damn big ass sign on the door when you come in the building? You look at the sign on the damn on the panel right when you press the elevator button. You're looking at the signs on the doors inside of your room. You already know this. We are a year into this shit. You already know what the fuck it is. And we're supplying you masks, which we shouldn't have to, but we're supplying masks. And every time we turn around, we have to tell you that and if you don't want to wear the mask, at least use your shirt. If you come about me, come up your goddamn face. Okay? If you feel all you doing is just running to the elevator real quick, this is fine because we just need a face covering. Okay. But I get tired of dealing with that. As a matter of fact, what has happened is I don't put myself in jeopardy about it because I don't feel like dealing with bullshit. And I'm not going to deal with bullshit from people. Because right now we can't even get the police to come right because of how everything is. Police won't even come out in a timely fashion if I got a problem. So why the hell am I going to sit down here and get all upset about a 50-cent mask?
Most of the major urban cities right now, which is crazy because Chicago started a trend, they sent to all the residents of the inner city, a letter. And it was a list of shit they not coming out for.
Right.
Wow.
And one of them was domestic violence.
Do what? Don't they have enough sense to know don't they have a sense to know that, and I'm not saying that it justifies it, but don't they have a sense to know and have enough sense to know that domestic violence has been on the rise since this pandemic has started? So how in the hell are you going to say that's one of the things you're not going to come out for?
The reason they're not coming out because the city in Chicago is one of the most hard-headed cities based on the information that Buck just put out and how they act. They are one of the hard. If y'all hadn't noticed, y'all been talking to me over a year now. You ain't heard me say shit about going to Chicago.
Have not.
Right.
Born and raised. Not.
Lord.
Right.
And Chicago is in Atlanta this weekend. Full-blown invasion.
Okay, right.
And I'm sure Detroit is highly represented as well.
No, I'm saying they had a big thing this weekend here in Atlanta. They had a big thing here in Atlanta where all of Chicago was here this weekend. They took over all the clubs, day parties, brunches, all this shit, all different clubs. One promotions group from Chicago booked out all the clubs this whole weekend. And so they got parties all over the whole city of Atlanta. And today I went and had brunch with my sister because she flew in for it, you know what I'm saying? And I went to this little day party thing with her. But I was looking like Derek was looking right there.
Okay.
That's one of the top 5 cities in terms of COVID right now. Chicago. But at the rate it's going, guess what will be in the top 5 very soon? Atlanta.
Well, here's the thing.
Baltimore not too far behind, trust me.
Baltimore in the top 2.
As far as I'm concerned, everybody is not too far behind because we have all gotten vaxxed. Everybody got those who got the vaccine, because I'm not one of them. I'm not getting it right away. I want to wait until a couple of years from now, because everybody who either got it or are being told to get it because their job depends on it, they're the guinea pigs right now, because they don't have enough information for long-term effect about what this shit can do. So everybody who taken it are now the guinea pigs so that they can still document what it does. Okay? So because of that, I can hold off a minute for it because I want to see where this is going. That's why the information keeps changing daily. So what do? I'm still on practically quarantine. I got mask in my car, in my purse, honey. I don't allow a lot of people over here at my house. So those are just things, which is probably one of the reasons.
The only people be around me is the same people.
The same people, exactly.
And it's a small circle.
It's right, because we're in a crazy little bubble, right?
I drink more of this shit and motherfucking
Right.
goddamn simply orange juice than the average motherfucker on the planet.
You know,
And I feel the same way, Meech, because I know my ex had asked me. He said, "Well, well, y'all know 420. Well, I said, let me tell you something. I'm not going to no 420 party with you or nobody else. I don't know them motherfucking people.
hello.
I don't know
You
any
talking
of them.
about passing, right?
I said, now, if you want to do 420, those of us who smoke together on a regular, we all can get together, but I'm not going. And then the damn thing is inside you. Are you fucking crazy?
Right. So because of that, we all have to do our part, whatever
That's
that
the
is.
thing right there.
If you're not going to take the vaccine, then make sure that you're staying with protocol.
Yeah.
You have to. You can't sit down there and.
Bro, if you keep your immunity up and you keep your alkalinity through the roof,
yes,
you won't have no problem with that. It'll bounce off you, period, point blank. Every strand, the alkalinity levels in your body, if they totally high, you'll be all right. But the problem is this: don't subdue yourself. It's like you can go to the pool party and the people splashing water while you walking by to your chair, and you might get a little wet. That's okay, but don't plunge your ass into the water if you know you're not protected.
And then also remember, it may not affect you, but in the same token, it's just like you said, you splashing that water. But meanwhile, then you go sit down and you leave some of that water in the seat. Then the next person comes, and guess what? Their clothes ain't quite as thick as yours, so they get wet. So that being said,
the next person come sit down, they not damn drinking 100% pure simply orange juice every damn day, all week. You know what I'm saying? They not their alkalinity is not through the roof because all they drink is 2 or 3 liters a day of motherfucking alkaline water. They shit not up there. They drinking Nestle and motherfucking popping a Pepsi. Guess what? They catching it.
And 56% of all people that catch COVID now are under the age of 40 and are asymptomatic. So for those of you saying, well, I ain't getting sick. Yeah, you may not be, but you might be the one getting everybody else sick. Think about that part. You selfish son of a bitch.
But see, that comes down to people, and then people have this mindset. Just because you have people around you and people that you know that may have taken the vaccine, that does not exclude you from not wearing your damn mask. What are y'all people thinking?
Listen, I equate all of this like I equate PrEP. When they came out with PrEP, and they was like, okay, to prevent HIV, honey, get on PrEP, and they were pushing that goddamn PrEP like a crackhead was pushing damn free lunch to crackheads. Okay, like they will push everybody. You need this, and something. And I didn't take that because something about that I'm not 100% yet. I'm like, something about that just ain't right because somebody got to pay for it. Y'all keep offering this shit free. Somebody paying for it somewhere. But now folks that got on this damn PrEP, and then all of a sudden we had this explosion of raw sex parties. The porn industry got real raw again. Then everything you see now is all about being raw, only raw. Oh, child, I can't do it unless it's raw. Well, I'm on PrEP. Bitch, PrEP only works if you taking it the way you're supposed to take it.
PrEP for the last
and you still have to go get tested every so often to make sure that your levels are still negative. And you're supposed to use safer sex practices in order for it to work.
Thank you.
Okay, now, this is not to sit down there and say that you can't do what you do, because you may have that select few, but as long as you have an understanding with that select few or whatever, that's called risk reduction. Okay, that there is part of the plan. They don't talk about that. What has happened, PrEP that came out here and gave everybody a free pass to sit up there and say, oh, I can't get AIDS now because I'm on PrEP. And so now everything started to explode all over again. Then what happened? The numbers started going back up as far as HIV infections. And then on top of it, just like with the pandemic, we got corona, but then it came a new fucking strand. Focused on this goddamn PrEP, but then herpes became real big again. Herpes and motherfucking syphilis. And syphilis that came syphilis advanced, it became 2.0 because now this particular strain of syphilis won't even become immune to the goddamn penicillin. It's a new shit. They have to do some new shit in order to cure it. Okay. So all of this, I'm saying all of that because I compared this argument the same. And notice I didn't say anything about a sexuality when I talk about PrEP. I said they said take PrEP. I didn't put it on no alphabet children or the straight children because they're pushing on everybody. Okay? Just like these damn masks. You don't want to wear the fucking mask, fine. Okay, fine. But that means keep your ass away from everybody and motherfucking else.
Right.
Okay, you don't want to wear the goddamn mask. At least keep your. They say when you're outside, you don't have to wear the mask. Just stay 6 feet. I don't need you in my motherfucking face.
At all.
Okay, I need you to hold your arm out, bitch. I need your arm. You stay right over there. As long as your hand, the tip of your fingertip, the fuck you finger, by the time you reach your hand out, the tip of that fuck you finger, which is your longest finger, should not touch nowhere near me.
And then
okay.
Okay.
And that's what this is.
Focus, Brad. Focus, bro.
Well, you know, and then on top of that, what a lot of people fail about, and then they fail to realize, then they came to realize that medicine that they were using for PrEP was one of the 6 HIV medicines that brings about kidney problems. So now they even changed the initial medicine that they use for PrEP because they can't use it no damn more.
Right. Exactly. So because of that, again, and that there was in the beginning stages of this, because remember they were pushing us on everybody when it first came out, and they found out what it was. Because I was like, how are you giving folks the actual medicine that is an HIV med? It is an HIV med to somebody who was not HIV. How is this becoming a preventative? Because it's too fucking strong. It'll fuck up somebody's immune system or whatever because of how it's supposed to fight. It's prepared for those who don't have an immune system to work. So if my immune system is already working and you got all this shit going through me to work faster, ain't that gonna break me down? You know? So that there is some of the things that we have thought about, I thought about when it came to that. And I got good friends that carried on. I got folks that work in health departments and stuff. And I was like, sweetheart, I'm not there yet. I'm not gonna stop nobody who want to take it, because that's not my fight. I'm not gonna sit down here and say, no, you shouldn't take it. You shouldn't. Just like I'm not gonna tell everybody about the vaccine. I'm not gonna tell you not to take it. I'm gonna tell you to do what's best for you. Okay, I'm gonna tell you to do what's best for you. If your option is not to take it, then that means that you have committed yourself to making sure that you have made omniversal precautions your daily regimen.
But see, that's what. But then you had a lot of people who was taking PrEP, and they, let me explain something to y'all. And they weren't in compliance. Let me tell you like this: most HIV meds, you have to take them on a cycle. If you take your medicine between 9 and 10 every night, you need to take that shit every night. Because once you break that cycle, that's breaking down your whole motherfucking system. You can't miss it for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days and say, I'm on PrEP. Bitch, no, you're not.
Right. That's right. Because you give the virus time to build up an immunity to it.
They just need to come out with something that works for everybody, and we're gonna call it magic PrEP.
Oh,
okay.
Ain't that real?
Well, that being said,
that's real, honey.
I got to get up out of here. Thank you as always, brothers.
We love you, bro.
For earlier today in the Bigo streets, I appreciated that very much. Thank you to all the people who have joined us from Bigo to this platform. Thank you for your continued support and love and understanding. We appreciate y'all very much. Continue to watch the show. I'm going to do what I do in those Bigo streets. I will catch y'all on the flip side, people.
All right now.
This Tuesday, we will be rebroadcasting Behind the Blue Curtain episode for 2 weeks ago that talked about several of the cases that we got going on. Those things are still important that we have those discussions. So be looking forward to that at 8:30 as opposed to my show. Please check that out. Thank you guys. Love y'all.
All right. Peace out. Yeah. Let me go to this comment here that Linnea had put up. I just did a staycation for my birthday. I've been waiting to do it for years. I live in Brooklyn, New York, and I got a hotel room in Manhattan to get away from work and family. Finances is what hindered me from doing it sooner. And even though I returned home for a couple of hours during that 3-night, 2-day stay, it was so relaxing that I plan to do it again soon. What part of Brooklyn you in? My road dog is out there in Flatbush. Uh, he was in Crown Heights at one point. Um, but yeah, you know, when it comes down to staycations and stuff, most of the time when most staycations, particularly for those who don't have the coin, most of the time y'all just sit around the house, do nothing. You know, you claim you're gonna clean up, but a lot of folks, I won't say most, I'm gonna say a lot of folks don't. You get caught up in vegging out on the TV, or if you don't have the veg station, then what happens is you start running around taking care of the shit you were supposed to have done. You know, this appointment, that appointment, got to take the car here, got to go get this done. So by the time it's all over, you don't feel as though you had a vacation.
Right.
Because you done did so much other shit to where it's like, damn, when you go back to work, there's no relaxation, there's no nothing. You know. Oh, you up in Bed-Stuy. Bed-Stuy, do or die, honey. That's where Stephanie Mills is from.
Is
Okay.
it? Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, she's from Bed-Stuy. Um, so oftentimes that there is that. But what is the dream staycation? You know, okay, Lanier said, okay, just to get away to, I know y'all heard folks that do that. Like, look, I got to get the fuck up out this house. And it sounds stupid to go pay $169 a night for a room just to sit up in there and all you do is sleep all day or, you know, just sit in the room. And a lot of folks will think that that's crazy. But for a peace of mind and to get away from it all, you know, it's like, no, I need it just to rest. I just need to come up in here and rest.
Well, I don't have to tell you because the staycation I had, you already know.
Okay.
And again, I thank you for that.
Okay.
But we had a wonderful time. And we really, the greatest thing about it is, when I think about it, we didn't leave there after we got there.
Right. A lot of folks don't.
We never left. I think the closest I went to outside was to the front door to get my doggone food.
Right. Okay.
And when I say it was the most relaxing, it was just.
And then oftentimes too, we get caught up in the if especially if you got a banging room. If the hotel room look like something, and you walk in that bitch and be like, oh my God. Okay.
Well, I ain't gotta tell you because you hooked us up. Because when I walked in that motherfucker, my mouth hit the fucking floor. I said, "Oh shit, is that how we doing it?" I was like,
okay.
And then to be in there for damn near 30 minutes and realize that you got a whole fucking kitchen in this motherfucker. We walked right past the bitch when you came in, don't even know it. Right. A whole kitchen, not a kitchenette, a whole motherfucking kitchen.
Okay.
I was like,
and then I had a washer and dryer.
Yeah, they had a whole laundry room.
Okay. But yeah, that there, oftentimes I think more so we pay for the peace of mind.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And here's something that here's where it is, because oftentimes you hear people say, you have to invest in yourself. You know, you have to make the investment. And oftentimes that there is what it is. You make the investment because this is what I need to have, you know, what we call the mental health break. Okay. Because then the DMX will come out and y'all gonna make me lose my mind. Okay. You know, and oftentimes folks don't understand it, you know, especially for married couples, because like some folks will sit down there what you sitting there spending all this money for a hotel room? You're only going downtown in Detroit. Folks will sit down there and spend that money to go to the Renaissance. And there's, what is this? The Westin in the Renaissance now. Okay. And folks will sit down there and then go down and spend that money. But you live, especially if you live close to downtown. But why are you spending all this money to go downtown? You just downtown, like you go do something. You could have did this here. No, you're not understanding. I'm doing this because it ain't gonna be right here. We got the kids here. We got the phone ringing. Folks want to come over, interrupt. The bathtub is too goddamn small, or shit. It got a slope.
When you find that private, when you find that, I'm gonna tell you the thing, couples wise. When you find that place, they got the indoor heated pool that don't close. You know what I'm saying? Or in the hot tub and the jacuzzis, and you know what I'm saying? That place, and God forbid, do they have a 24-hour kitchen with room service? Really?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Well, the damn Uber Eats. Let it be a whole shift in the building that make you a steak at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
Those type of things right there, you're not gonna get that at home because nobody's bothering you. You're bothering somebody. You're being pampered.
Right.
And that's where the energy changes. It's a switch in energy. You know what I'm saying?
I've been watching, but forgot I couldn't comment on the TV. Girl.
It's okay.
It was at this moment that I should have borrowed a package from my daughter.
I'm picturing her looking for the damn remote or trying to figure out where the hell the comments are and how she.
Hey, you know what's funny though, me? Hey, could you imagine if she's sitting there because there's 3 letters per number?
Oh, sister, don't do that. Oh, girl. Okay, we're not laughing at you, baby. We laughing with you.
We laughing with you, boo. Okay.
We laughing with you, baby. The best vacation is stay at a nice hotel and experience the town you live in like a tourist. Oh, now I like that. What's experience the town you live in like a tourist? Now, it's funny you say that because you know what? That's the one thing that I try not to do while I'm here. When I moved here to Atlanta, I still haven't gone to the King Center. I have not gone to the Coca-Cola Center. I haven't even gone to the aquarium. Why? Because I live here and I know those are tourist attractions.
Wait, you haven't done that?
No.
If you don't get your king-a-ling ass down there, I'm going to tell you something mind-blowing for you, for the king thing.
Uh-huh.
Okay. What's going to happen is it's going to touch you so deep. I'm going to tell you why. It's a different cut for a black man. Okay. It's a major cut for a black man of girth.
Wow. Okay.
Because what it shows is, you know how you see all that fuck shit that we went through as a people.
Yeah. Okay.
The evolution of man was a smaller man then.
That's true.
No, that's very true. It was a smaller man then.
That's true.
That's true. Men of our care, when you walk into the home where they preserve the homes over there,
yeah,
you're gonna feel like you walking into a big ass dollhouse of the size that we are.
Right.
When that was a normal, nice size house. That was a serious nice ass home.
Okay.
When you walk in there, it's gonna cut you from the front door.
Okay.
I took a step in, and to know that I was walking into the actual doggone realm of it, and I'm looking around like, damn, like you got a whole family in this motherfucker.
Exactly.
And bruh, I'm telling you, meat is gonna hit you different.
And here's the thing, I put that on my to-do list because part of my entertainment. See, I'm a museum kind of guy. I like museums and art galleries and cultural shit like that, right? I adore that. I had not done the King's, and I'm advocating for folks. I tell folks all the time who come here. I sent my people there. My mama came, and my sister, my nephew, and I sent all of them down there. Go check it out, because it's here. I've been in the area. I've just never been inside it. Okay. And wait a minute, is that 100% true?
No.
Wait a minute. I think I'm lying.
You lying.
No, because what I'm gonna say is this. I remember going to go see a film. It was a documentary, and it was in the library of something. It may have been, was it the King Center? Was it no. This was the Cultural Center. This is the African American Cultural Center. It wasn't the King Center. It was another center, and they had a library up there that had a film thing up in there, and that's where I was.
Man, when you stand in line of all those bronze cast men,
you know what? And that might be, we need to cover that as a yeah. Let's do that.
That's absolutely good. Man, when you stand, they show. Remember how they march in the street?
Yeah,
they have these statues of cast bronze of the men with the suits and all. They marching, and they have the footsteps on there, and you can literally go stand up there in line like you walking with them.
Wow!
But what's going to trip you out again is the size of the people, and these are life. These are actually
exactly.
This is not a model. These are life-size things.
This is something that's very telling because, again, us as a people, and just as you said, as men of size, because remember, a 6'1" man, 235, 245 pounds, that's considered big. Okay, that's considered big. He's a big, statuous man. So now when we started getting bigger, and we coming in at 6'4", 6'6", 6'8".
That was unheard of, unless you was coming across the seas from somewhere and you dunking a basketball standing still.
Right.
And it was rare. You was 1 out of every 10.
Exactly. And that's why I'm going with that. Because see, my generation, when I came, I grew very quickly. I was always the tallest one in my class for a long period of time. I had the biggest foot for the longest period of time. It wasn't until I got to high school that I ran into somebody whose foot was bigger than mine. I was already size 13, 14. And this child, Khalifa, that boy came up and I said, what size? He said he was a 15 and grew into a 16.
Yeah.
I was like, where the fuck you find his shoes? Because they don't have shoes like that in the regular stores. And we wasn't shopping online. We were catalog shopping then. Remember the catalogs that come down? So it was like, okay, where are you finding shoes? And then when I think about that, I always think about Shaq's mama because that boy grew to a size 22 shoe. Where the fuck are you finding shoes, girl?
Especially, hey, you know what? I'm gonna tell you something that happened with me when I moved to Atlanta. I'm over here. Matter of fact, I was on Memorial Drive on the east side.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm up there shopping, at the time I was doing my thing, so I didn't give a damn what nothing cost. If it looked fly to me, bring it up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm walking. I come out of Foot Locker. This lady out there fucking bawling, crying.
Wow.
And I'm talking about crocodile tears. She bawling, crying. And I'm looking, I asked the man in the store, we in that motherfucker buying up the shoes.
Right.
And matter of fact, I wasn't even living here yet. Come think of when we on that shopping spree, I wasn't even living here yet. We was taking this shit back to Illinois with us. So I doggone asked the man in Foot Locker, I said, what's wrong with that lady out there crying? He was like, her son, he played basketball. He a good basketball dude in the high school, right? But he can't fit his shoes no more. He done bust through the front of them. She can't afford to do it. Like they live in a 1 bedroom.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And he's in high school and he's excellent at playing ball. But she has to doggone. She been dealing with him in school for far as hand me down shoes, and she said she been going to places trying to find shoes for him. And I was like, well, what's I said, how old is he? They were like, he's finna go to his sophomore year, and they got him playing varsity, but they said he's gonna have to come with correct shoes and stuff, you know. And I'm like, wow.
Right.
So at first I'm looking like, well, why is she crying that thing? He said, we have nothing here for. I was like, well, shit, he's 14, 15 years old. I said, what? I said, what is it? That motherfucking little boy wore 15 shoes.
Wow. Yeah.
And when he came down, his mom was standing there crying. I seen him outside coming up to her, like, you know, like consoling his mama, like, Mama, don't worry about it. We're going to figure it out. We're going to figure it out. And I'm talking now, and I know this wasn't no bullshit because the store manager's telling me this, because store manager was upset because he said, man, I swear to God, if I had a fucking size pair of 15, anything in here, I would set the bitches at the back door and tell them to go around back, you.
Right, right.
So I was like, I said, well, can't you order them? I said, I know Nike do every damn thing for the NBA. I said, can't you order them? Man, he was like, yeah. He said that way. He said, but she come in here, she got $75. If I order his shoes are like $160.
Right. Oh, wait a minute. Just the cut. That cut me just the way. Right. If he said it in the tone you just said that in,
yeah,
that just cut me to my goddamn heart.
So you know what I said? I went outside. I said, man, I said, you can stop all that crying. And he was like this. He was a little young guy. He said, so I said, no, I'll stop all that crying. I said, the guy told me he was in here. You know what I'm saying? He told me about you, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? I said, you everything they say you are? You a ball right there? He was like, yes, sir. He was real, just, yes, sir, no, sir. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. And he was like, I said, well, what else you trying to do with your life? I said, because you might not make it to the NBA. And he was like this, and he was talking about some, well, he said, I like robotic engineering. He said, everything I do, I go, I'm like, really?
And that's a switch. I ain't never heard that from nobody.
Like, robotic. I was like, robotics engineering? He was like, yeah. He said, I build my own little robots and stuff out of like little car parts and stuff. He go to the little, where they got the servos and all this stuff for the remote control. He said he built his own little stuff in the house. And he said he do that by doing a little odd job, and he go buy those pieces because, little electronics don't cost nothing but 70 cents for this, $1 for that.
Right, right.
You know what I'm saying? By the time you put it together, you got a whole fucking robot on. So he was telling me that, and I was like, man, I said, come here. I went in there. I bought that boy a pair of motherfucking $200-something Timberlands that he had in the store for his fucking feet, and throw them motherfuckers you got on in the garbage.
Okay.
And then I turned around and ordered him 2 pair of fucking shoes. One for him, motherfucker. I said, you need a pair for yourself and a pair to play in. And I paid for the motherfuckers right there and gave her the receipt. That lady sat there and they said they had to get her some water and everything. She was just looking at me. She was like, sir, that thing. I was like, y'all have a nice day.
Okay.
And we walking out there, and they was like, and all my boys, they was like, man, well, one of my guys went back and gave the lady. And I know how he do. He probably gave her $200-300.
Right.
He went back and gave us the money. He was like, man, he said, no, yeah, you ain't gonna. That's how we used to be. Like, he's like, you ain't gonna outdo me, nigga. Hold on, I'm
right.
Back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So he probably gave us the money.
You know.
But that's how we used to roll. We was a different, we were a different cut. You know what I'm saying? So
that's very, 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 very interesting.
But
very, very.
I live here in Baltimore, and I have a couple of places that I'm really ashamed of, and y'all don't be. There's a couple of places here in Baltimore that I'm ashamed of. As long as I've lived here, that I haven't been to yet. I have yet to go to the Blacks and Wax Museum. First of all, let me explain to you why I haven't been there yet.
Okay.
Because if your mind not right, you will come up out there. You ready? You gonna come up out there. You gonna get ready to slap everything that's not the same color of you. Do you hear what I'm saying?
Okay, that part.
They got people hanging from trees. They got people who got the marks from the whipping.
I heard about that shit up there where you at, Derek.
Yeah, I would love to see that. See, stuff like that
I got a friend born and raised there, Meech. Be careful what you ask for. They said some fucked up shit.
It's let me tell you, it's like surreal. I mean, it's almost like they did these figures so damn good that if you didn't know there was wax figures, you wouldn't know there was wax figures.
Mm-hmm.
You know, then just
But
like
see, the
I want to
whole
do, I want to
thing,
do the African American Museum in DC. But you know, for the longest time when that was open, you couldn't get a ticket there if you wanted one. But now
right,
it's mellowing out a little bit. But I really want to do that, and I also want to do because I read the other day that the Harriet Tubman Museum is one of the top 5 museums in the country.
really. Now you know what? The Charles H. Wright Museum of African American History. That's a long ass name. But
Yeah,
okay, in Detroit, when it was first built, it was up there in the top, but I don't know where it stands right now. It's a beautiful building. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful building. I had not taken the entire tour
mm,
of, of the entire facility. I've been in there on several occasions. A lot of times was at the theater department and in the gift store and in the basement areas. I've seen some of the pieces that's there. I just haven't taken the whole tour. Again, because it's a tourist attraction. And talking about as Road was saying, the best part of a staycation is going to a hotel and experiencing your city as a tourist. And
right.
that yeah, I think I'm going to have to adopt that because
I am too.
uh, that's resonating in my soul.
I'm gonna tell
Because
you something.
oftentimes,
Did you know this? You work at the hotel.
right,
I like what you're saying right there. I tell people all the time, if you're gonna go do a staycation, because I didn't even know nothing about no staycation. I'm gonna tell you what I learned about staycation was, matter of fact, you met Bigger Man, the artist producer. Okay, Bigger Man and his wife used to do it all the time, and I used to look up, and we don't hear from him. He ain't returning no calls, answering no phones. But then I look on social media, and him and his wife is here. They in Atlanta, but they somewhere exquisite in the top of a hotel somewhere.
right, right.
And then he popped back up Monday, and I'm like, okay. And then finally, she texted one time inside the thing and said, "Loving staycations with hubby." You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I said, "Damn, staycation." That's where I learned the word from then. But what I
Okay.
see is all these hotels, if you want to do it from a tourist point of view, every hotel I have been in, whether it's doggone been this state, that state, and another, they all have that rack with all the pamphlets of local things to do.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now, I'm glad you said that because I'm going to show y'all this page. There is something here that I know we have it here. It's called a city pass.
I heard it.
Right.
It's called a city pass. Okay, let me share the screen. Okay, um, and what it is a booklet of coupons. Okay, and you will get. Wait a minute. Let me. Okay, y'all can see that, right?
Yep.
Okay, these are all of this: Atlanta, Boston, Chicago, Dallas, Denver, Houston, New York City, Orlando, Philly, San Francisco, Seattle, Southern California, Tampa Bay, and Toronto. Now, those are all the places that they have a city pass, and you get it's a booklet of I know here in Atlanta we give you 5 places, okay, and it's the 5 top attractions, okay. Now 3 of them in the packets are standard, okay, because you're going to get the zoo or the museum, and
The world of
what
Coke.
is it? Is it the Coca-Cola factory? Yeah,
Yeah, it's the
Yeah.
world of Coke.
okay. Georgia Aquarium, World of Coca-Cola, Zoo Atlanta. Now those are standards. Now then you get 2 more, and then you get to choose. Okay. Now you either get the Fern Museum, which I somebody had gifted me a coupon. They had left one, right? And
Oh,
I took one of my kids there, one of my sons. That museum was absolutely fantastic. Okay, we got lost in there. Okay, and then the College Football Hall of Fame, the National Center for of Civil and Human Rights. This is the King Center. Okay, the new King Center building. Okay, so these out of these 3, you get to choose 2 because you get 3 standards, okay, and then you get to choose 2 more because you get 5 coupons. and they're good for I think it's like 9 days, 7 to 9 days. Okay, that you could use it from the time you buy it. You got a week to use the thing. Okay, now as you see here, it says $77. That may have gone up because I knew it was 75. But you see how much you're saving if you get the damn pass, because
Right.
you're saving damn almost double. You know, it will cost you damn near double if you did all this individually.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
damn near double. And I think on each pass you can get 2 people on the pass. Don't quote me on that. Don't quote me. I'm trying to remember if I had 2 passes or not when I took when I forgot what it was when I took Brandon, if I had 2 tickets or not. But yes, here it is, the Georgia Aquarium Water, and then you get 2 more attractions of your choice. Okay, so that's what you get on the pass. And I brought that to y'all attention because oftentimes when you go on those staycations, see, these are economical ways of being able to see the city or to understand the attractions and stuff, and still trying to stay within the budget. And then they have the child, okay, what a child, because you can get one for the kids, you see, 3 to 12, okay.
But that's not bad though, the price at all.
Oh no, not at all. Okay, because considering that a lot of those places, child, they want $20, $25 to get up in there. I know the aquarium want like $25, $30 to get in for one
Right.
person.
Right.
You know, so now you talking about trying to have a little date, bitch. That's $60 just to go see some fish.
But see, Wade, you know, you said that a lot of city, and unfortunately, I can speak for Baltimore. Unfortunately, when we go to those hotels and they have the little pamphlets there, here in Baltimore, very rarely would you find any African American attractions in those damn pamphlets.
Really?
And that there
I'm trying to
now,
tell you, you won't.
that there has to be a lot of that has to deal with the marketing of the businesses, because see, a lot of those pamphlets come from that particular station. Those stations are that's a marketing campaign. So you know they have contracts with all those people who put their pamphlets and stuff in there. Okay.
Right.
And so they have to now go and negotiate, or even go to the hotels themselves. But listen, can I put these over here in your stand over
Right.
there?
Right.
You
Which
know what I'm
9
saying?
times out of 10 they'll let them do.
Exactly. TJ said military discounts, which is fabulous. Okay. That there's another thing, because I don't think a lot of veterans take advantage of all of their discounts. I know every time a veteran, anytime they go get something free to eat, honey, I'm expecting these little Waffle Houses and the IHOPs and everything to be wrapped around the corner, you know. But I don't even see that. Hell, half the time I have to remind myself. One of my very first gay son, my oldest boy, he's a vet from the Marines, and I had to tell him, bitch, go get you claim you're hungry. Take your ass around there to the damn thing. It's Veterans Day. Go get your little do something. You know, it ain't much, but hell, for every now here I am.
No, because
Here I am.
It's plenty.
What it is, no, my point is, it may not seem to be much, but for everything that every veteran has sacrificed for, you need every accolade that they're going to give you, damn it. And you need to take advantage of every last one of them. Because for me, y'all know how I feel about that. There is no such thing. It is an oxymoron in this fucking country to have the word homeless and vet be in the same motherfucking sentence.
It doesn't make sense at all. I'm sorry.
Okay, that makes no goddamn sense to me. However, because of the powers that be, and carrying on, y'all some reason time I want to strengthen the military, but hell, y'all, where's the aftercare? Where's the aftercare? And we can sit down there and still give damn Secret Service to presidents, honey, who are no longer in office. And I'm gonna go all the way back to Jimmy Carter, honey. Jimmy Carter ain't been in office since 1980, but yet he's a former president and still got Secret Service protection. Okay, so if we could do that for presidents, why are we not taking better care of our military? But that's a whole nother subject. And okay, I know as I said what I said Sunday, that's a tangent because that bothers me. And this is one of those tangents where I feel like
it needs to bother you. It needs to bother them, being the heads of states and the heads of these doggone, all these everything that they got to do, they got their hand in it. when the funds are divided and the Department of Veterans Affairs, and when they get doggone $5 billion out of the whole doggone thing, all of a sudden it's like 37% missing. You ain't forget to pay yourself, so why you forget to help us?
Okay.
And you pay yourself expeditiously.
You know, one thing I realized about staycations for me is that I have to be mentally prepared to go on one.
Okay.
Cause I can't have my mind at my house, especially if I'm leaving from my house. You know what I'm saying? So I think a lot of times staycations get kind of like messed up because we at a staycation, but our mind is still at home, or our mind is still on the job, or our mind is still on this, instead of just relaxing and doing what we go there to do.
Okay. Okay, Nick, here we go. She said, because of all the things you named me for the past, I'm not interested. I want to see the black stuff. Now here is the question. Because the only thing that was considered to be black on there would be the Center for Civil and Human Rights. Okay. Everything else is not necessarily black centered. Okay. Because the Fern Museum, honey, that's the dinosaurs and all of that kind of beautiful establishment. But here's the thing. What else do we have here? Let's use Atlanta only right now. What else do we have here that is culturally significant for us, that are part of our museum, that are part of something that we need to sit down there and petition City Pass to add into the mix? Because remember, these are all of the popular tourist attractions. So now, what is it that we need to do to make our culturally sensitive attractions popular so that they could be considered? You know what I'm saying? Because see now, because I agree all day. In order for us to sit down there, especially because you got the first three, those are optional. I mean, those are non-negotiable, because the Coca-Cola aquarium and the zoo, okay, those are standards, because that there when you think Atlanta, that goes there. But also, when you think Atlanta, honey, Atlanta becomes the home of Martin Luther King. So how comes that entire district over there is not a part of it? Well, I guess it would be, because the church is free. You go visit the church anyway. But Atlanta is synonymous with Martin Luther King and all of that, with the civil rights movement and carrying on. So what are the other things that we have that needs to be included in that we need to petition City Pass to say, listen, option these as well as far as your elections are concerned.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then all of the other ones, because I'm surprised that Detroit doesn't have one. Because I was like, oh, well, wait a minute. And consider it's the Renaissance city, and carrying on. And what I'm hating too is that at one point, Detroit and Chicago used to be called the Twin Cities, because we were developing damn near at the same time. And so a lot of what we were going, Detroit, Chicago, you could damn near, we were able to almost interchange them because of the attractions that we had. Now, we didn't have the Magnificent Mile. That was Chicago. But what we got, Belle Isle, though, because that's Detroit. Belle Isle is Detroit. Okay. And things of that nature. So we had our differences, but nonetheless, we had that thing. And then we all on Michigan Avenue, because Detroit, downtown Detroit, if you were to take Michigan Avenue straight out and just ride the street, you could ride the street straight to Chicago. Okay. Now, Michigan Avenue turns into a couple of different names, and they'll go back to Michigan Avenue. But you could ride Michigan Avenue straight out to Chicago from Detroit.
And where's it take you in Chicago?
What Boys Town, I think? Where? Outside of the Magnificent Mile.
No, it's not outside of the Magnificent Mile. It takes you to the Magnificent Mile. And the Magnificent Mile is Michigan Avenue.
Right. Right. That's what. Yeah.
That's the weirdo shit.
Okay. Right. So, So those are some of the things that that when we look at these particular things, and we talk about staycations and fantasy staycations that carried on, as far as activities. Now let's get into activities, because oftentimes I think that we get so stuck in our ways to where we forget what activities are. You know what I'm saying? Shit knows where all the VA discounts, and there are a lot of them. Okay, okay. Foot Locker, Old Navy, Nike, Adidas. Okay, I mean Brian knows. Oh, you said what you said, bitch. You said
Ooh,
shit knows.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
See,
The one
like my thing
I
is
want to go
when
there.
I go
Okay,
places,
I don't know
I
what
like to
Atlanta has.
play
I
tennis.
know.
I like to go horse.
She said she
I
don't know
like to
what
play
Atlanta.
tennis. I like to go horseback riding.
Okay. And that's something that we have to do. See, that's part of our research. We have to look at that. What are our culturally sensitive attractions that we have? And that's across cultures, because I think everybody needs to do that. Blacks, Asians, Mexicans, and with a Latin X. Why do they call themselves Latin X? Who in the hell let them take the O off and put an X on there? I'm trying to understand when did they become politically correct? Because to say Latin X is now being politically correct,
Oh
and that's
wow.
a political marker. I don't mean to go off on a tangent, but okay, put a pin right there, because I need for a Latino. So if y'all are the Latin X community, and especially if you're somebody who's one of the people who make decisions or know how to petition that, who said it was okay to take the O off and put an X on there and call yourself Latinx? What the fuck is that, and why? I need to understand that for my own purposes, because y'all. It's not like y'all don't have an identity. See, X, as far as African Americans or people of color or black folks here in this country, the X represented that we were stripped of our nature, of our culture, of our land, our names, and carrying on. And the X represent I'm removing the quote unquote slave name. Okay, and I'm gonna put an X there. X marks the spot. Also, it was indicative of those of us who could not read. Back when our ancestors and stuff couldn't read, the X was their signature. Okay, so what is it that says the Latino community want to call themselves Latin X? Why is it that y'all took up the moniker of the X? What does that mean for y'all? Because y'all come here, it's not like y'all have
Identity crisis.
y'all have an identity crisis. Y'all don't have that. Y'all don't have that at all. Okay, as a matter of fact, y'all quick to tell us who's Puerto Rican and Dominican and Ecuadorian and Brazilian.
Oh, don't make a mistake and call them one or the other.
Oh my God, honey, I lived in New York, so I understand. Okay, so y'all are very keen on your understanding of who you are. We as blacks in this country, child, we'd have been every name and still changing the damn name. Okay, the last name that we had was African American. Now you want us to be ADOS, American descendants of slaves. That's the latest one that we have, and that's a movement or whatever. ADOS. Okay, we're still
Okay, you
trying to
want to
find
hear the
identity
definition?
and purpose. Oh, you found it.
You want to
Okay,
hear the
give it to me.
definition?
Yeah.
This is a person of Latin American origin or descent used as a gender neutral or non binary alternative to Latino or Latina.
Bitch, wait a minute. Did they go? Did you just say non-binary?
Yeah,
Yes, that's what I'm like. What the hell? A
So wait a
person of
minute.
Latin American origin or descent used as a gender neutral or non-binary alternative to calling somebody Latino or Latina.
Okay, so wait a minute. So let me play devil's advocate here, and I'm gonna throw this out here just to throw it.
Hey, do this devil have on nipple rings?
Yeah. No, actually, no, I don't.
You know what? I can't with y'all.
The question becomes, see, when I start to hear, uh, when I start to hear words like non-binary carrying on, that then becomes part of the alphabet movement.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what it's saying.
So now my question is, this whole identity of Latin X, was this started from the Hispanic Latin X alphabet children?
Yeah,
And
it said the term Latinx was introduced in the early 2000s as a gender neutral term for Latino or Latina, in addition to encompassing those who identify outside of the gender binary. So it's basically something for the alphabet children.
girl, stop.
I'm like, okay, girl, bye. What? Child, well, you know what? I'm gonna be. You know what? I'm gonna be African American X. Fuck it.
Afronex.
Right.
Afronex.
Afronex.
Afronex. Okay, but now I know this may sound hypocritical, or it may sound like I'm throwing all kinds of shade, but no, this is no shade but all tea. No shade but all tea. Okay. Oh, that needs to be a t-shirt for us. No shade, all tea. How is it that, but maybe I'm going to answer my own question. Why is it that mainstream society didn't get all upset about the change of that name? Or why is it that our pawnbrokers, who so busy worried about the alphabet children taking over and having such an agenda, when that name was changed? Because and until I'm proven wrong, right now this sounds like this is an alphabet thing.
It is.
Okay.
It is.
This sounds like this is an alphabet thing. So until I'm proven wrong, right now, why is it that we didn't have everybody sitting up there saying, they got an agenda? We didn't hear this from the Latinx community saying that the alphabet children had an agenda to erase the culture, or
Right.
to erase the heterosexual Latinx man or the Latinx woman.
Right.
There was no uprising of that. In fact, they had embraced the term so much. I'm like, well, where the fuck did this come from?
It's recent. Yeah, I mean, 20 years ago, but it's recent, and it says that the outside of the gender binary, such as those who are transgendered or those who are gender fluent. The term has been embraced by the Latino LGBTQ plus community.
There we have it.
There's your answer.
Well, then there we have it. Okay, there we have it. So, but oh, wow.
Alphabet soup.
Child.
All day.
But listen to what I tell you. All soup ain't good soup.
It had no health. I was going to say no health benefits, but goddamn it, ain't that what we fighting for?
Did you eat your chunky soup?
Shut the fuck up.
Meech, did you eat your hungry man meal?
Okay, Lord,
It's something here in Baltimore again that I haven't been to, and I want to go, but it's the Sister Mary Lang Museum, because she was the first woman. She started the very first all African American nuns. Thing here in Baltimore.
Right.
Sister Mary Lang, she was the first, and we have her house here. I mean, it's a lot of things in Baltimore to see, but I don't know. I guess I don't know what my excuse is. Don't start me lying. I know what
it may not be an excuse. It's just the fact of it is that, like I said, for me, I live here now, so those places are not in my radar, because it's like, okay, I know they're overpriced. I know that, this, that, and the other, and now I would go there when I have folks from out of town.
Yeah.
Like, let me show you this. Because a lot of folks, I missed the underground in its heyday. Okay. But when I first got here, it was still had a little bit of vibe to it, right? But I know my mother, when the first time she had come down here, she wanted to go see what it was, and that's all you hear. Oh, where is the underground? We want to see the underground. And when I went there, for me, it was like living in New York, because New York, everything in the subways, honey. You got those shopping centers, in the subways of New York. Okay. and in certain stations, honey, it's very massive. So like Grand Central Station in Canada, up underground is a child, please. It's a whole nother world.
Yeah, yeah.
And so the underground reminded me of that. I was like, oh, okay. Just without all the damn trains going through it.
Right, right.
Okay. So when I got there, I was and it was cute for what it was at the time. But then they said, "Well, bitch, you missed the heyday, honey, because this was the." And of course, everybody was talking about the trade was over here, blah 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 blah, and they closed down this bathroom because they had to run the trade about the bathroom and stuff because they had to fucked up the bathrooms and all that kind of shit that we know goes on in the city. The drugs done took over here. The prostitutes were turning the tricks over there. They had the kids center over here. They used to have all the amusement parks and all that kind of shit over here for the kids. Blah 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 blah. So we had all of that, but I missed the heyday of it. And so oftentimes because it's not on my radar, I don't think like that until I got folks who come in from out of town and like, oh, you need to do this, and then it become like an adventure for me because I'm like, well, I've never done it. And then when I started looking at them damn prices, I'm like, bitch, who finna go pay $20-some-odd, or $25? When I was gonna go to the aquarium, that bitch said $25 for an adult ticket. I think the child ticket was like 15 or 12 or something like that. I said, what constitutes a child? And they said anything under 12. I said, so my 13-year-old got to pay $25. That's $50 to go up in here to see some fish and whales and be in the tank so they can fly over my head. Really?
And possibly buy a $30 souvenir.
How about that? I could get up and get a bitch. I would get an aquarium, honey, and put on the glass table and go look up under from the glass table. Okay. Okay.
But then, that's a good point that you made. Even here in Baltimore, I think sometimes a lot of these African American centered places, so to speak, they unvisited because everybody can't afford them.
Oh, no, that's a good point. Wait a minute. Let me. Barbara said, I'm in the AT Atlanta. I'm going to Candy from Real Housewives of Atlanta restaurant, and because I stay in Michigan, I like to shop in places that don't have snow too. Okay. Now you know what? Let me tell you something about the old lady gang, honey. Let me tell you something about old lady gang, honey. Now, which one you going to? Are you going to the original one that's close to downtown, or are you going over here to the one by Camp Creek that's over here by me? Because either or, girl, the food is good. Girl, the food is real good. The food is real, real good. And when I was over here at Camp Creek, that's when I ran into Killer Mike.
Is she talking about old lady gang, or is she talking about, because I heard Candy got a steakhouse?
Oh, yeah, that's right. She does. She does have a steakhouse. Okay. Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. What'd you say? Go to Camp Creek. Yeah, I'm going to say that too, because number one is better parking. And I've been to the one on Peter Street, the one that's close to downtown. But every time I go through there, child, you're trying to find parking is absolutely ridiculous. Okay. And it looks like it's small up in there. So, but I couldn't tell you, honey. Would you say, yeah, there's a steakhouse now. Okay. Uh-huh. So, yeah, there you have it. Wait a minute. Lanier said, what? I never knew where Latinx came from. Now I know. Wow, you learn something new every day. Child, didn't we tell you dish your tea with big meat? Child, didn't we tell you that? How? We're going to give you the tea, child. Okay. So, but those are some of the things that we need to look at when we talk about staycations and carrying on, because I'm just stuck on that. Go to a hotel and treat your own city like you are a tourist. Give yourself permission to be a tourist. You know what I'm saying? Because, and then again, take that investment into yourself. And I know for me, one of the things why I don't is because I know that tourist shit is overpriced. It's just like going to Disneyland or something. It don't make no motherfucking sense. I've never even been to Disney. Neither one of them. Land, World, Park, none of them. I never been none of them.
Mickey Mouse could suck my dick. That motherfucker got them cost me $700 to walk through the gate, and he looked at me like, "Okay, bitch, you inside."
Boom.
What you want me to do? I got your money. Thank you.
Right. And all you gonna do is wave.
Yeah, and you can see
Okay.
Cinderella, you can see Minnie Mouse, you can see Goofy, you can see all them. But thanks for your money.
Hmm.
And that's a
So
problem here because like blacks and wax and when you think of places like that and you think of maybe a mother and a father who has 3 children and then you thinking that the price is $30 for adults, that's $60 and then you think of it's 15 or $20 for children and you got 3, that's $120 for a family of 5 to go to
Okay,
the
hold
black
on,
and wax
stop,
museum.
stop, Elena. It was me, my wife, and 3 kids. That shit was almost 700 to walk through the gate.
yeah.
I imagine.
Right.
Let me tell you something. In order for I'm telling y'all know I keep it real because this your motherfucking tea with big meats, bitch. If I ever went to Disney World, you need to know I would do a whole lot of strange shit to make some change, bitch, because my pockets ain't that deep.
Wait a minute. You know what? Hold on, because let's look at it from this particular perspective. Let's not even go that far to Disney World or whatever. What about fucking Cedar Point, well, when we had Bob Lowe Island, Six Flags, and all these little different amusement parks? You know, it is an arm and a leg to go up in them damn little places.
Yeah, how you charge me $30, $25, $20 for the same motherfucking park years ago, and now it's motherfucking goddamn almost $80 for a motherfucker to get up in there.
Right, and then catch this, y'all, catch this. Because see, here's something that I know folks have not even put into the equation. You spend all this motherfucking money, honey, to get your little ticket so you can play the game. Okay? So you're gonna play a little water game, you want to win the big prize and shit. Bitch, by the time you end up buying all them goddamn tickets, you bought the prize.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hell yeah. Hell
Okay?
yeah.
You bought the stuffed animal or the little color little thingamabob things. Okay? You bought it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Now you trying to win what you done already bought.
So now what you already bought, you're just tipping them.
Either you tip them or you walk away and just gave it back to them because they finna resell it.
Right.
Because if you don't win it, you don't get the damn thing. You just out of money.
Right.
But you just bought the damn thing. You just paid all that money and you just bought it. Okay. And then here's the other thing, because I've never done this. I said I wanted to do this one time. The next time I go down to a Cedar Point or something, because I like roller coasters. Now, here's the thing. I haven't been on the roller coaster in a little piece of a minute. I need to make sure that I can still withstand roller coasters, because the velocity of them. I love speed, but I know what I'm driving, you know, if I hit a curve too fast nowadays, my heart going to my stomach like I'm on a roller coaster. And I'm like, oh, okay, stop, girl, stop, bitch. you know, if I hit it too fast, because I'm a lead foot, but naturally. But there
Yes,
are
you are.
times,
Praise the Lord.
okay,
I'm
but
a
there are
witness.
moments, but there are moments where I may hit something a little too fast, but oh, bitch, no, you should have slowed down on that curve, okay, and things like that. So I'm noticing that in those particular situations, that's what had me saying I need to see if I can still do roller coasters, the way that I used to, because I love roller coasters. Okay, love them, honey.
Uh-uh. But
Okay.
you know what? I've always, and y'all may sound crazy, but I've always been a carnival person compared to an amusement park.
Oh, I love that. Okay, you know what? And the sad thing is that every time they got their carnival come here, I will roll past that. I ride past it every day going to work. See,
Now, if you think about it, Meech, a carnival is a mental staycation.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
it
yeah.
is. Yeah,
Oh hell yeah!
yeah,
You
yeah.
remember? I mean, because most carnivals have. I think most carnivals they don't have any other ride. Most carnivals had that ride called the damn zipper.
Okay.
So I mean, I've always, but I'm because listen, and y'all don't let. I can remember the very first time me and my 2 brothers older than me went to King's Dominion. You know how much it cost for each one of us?
What?
But
$7 a piece. The very first time
wow.
we went to King's Dominion. You know how fucking long ago that was, right?
Somebody watching the show right now laughing.
Okay.
I tried to plan a motherfucking trip to King's Dominion when I was living in Virginia with me and my daughter and my ex-wife, right?
Mm-hmm.
When I planned that shit, we ended up at the fucking playground.
And King's
Okay, you know what?
Dominion ain't no joke either, because even and if you notice, a lot of these amusement parks are financially benefiting off the alphabet children, because you know most all the major parks have a alphabet
A
children
gay
day.
day. Yeah,
King's
a gay day.
Dominion, Six Flags, Disney World.
Yeah. Okay, you know what? Wait a minute. Let me do a sidebar real quick because I'm gonna say this here, and I shouldn't, but I am because I'm pissed,
Oh God.
and I'm pissed. And see, I would be wrong. I would be wrong if I was to call this boy's mama and tell her, "Okay, I'm gonna tell you this, parent to parent, get your motherfucking child." Okay. Now, what has happened? Y'all know I'm dealing with with legal shit with my son.
Right.
My son has been given a trial date, finally, and that there is May 10th. What has happened over the last few months is that in the jail systems, they gave them these little chirper things. Now, I'm assuming they're like iPad type material, okay, or whatever, to where they're able to send out text messages. Okay. Now it's 10 cents a text. Okay, so you got to put money on the damn thing in order for them to do all this, right? Now, what has happened, his co-defendant, or I'm calling him the ex-boyfriend, had my number, and so he's been texting me. And what is pissing me off is that in these texts, he's making threats that is up under my skin. If he was standing in front of me, I would be whooping his motherfucking ass right now. Because my baby is involved in this shit because of your heinous ass. But now you sit up here talking about something, you got information and this, that, and the other. And if anybody go down and tell on me or try to rat me out, it's going down and I'm gonna tell shit. What the fuck is it that you need to say, bastard?
Hold on. Hold up. There's your ticket right there.
All right.
No, you.
Which ticket? For the yeah. I'm already there because I finna forward all this to the lawyer.
That's all you need to do.
Yeah, I'm finna forward all this to the lawyer.
Transcribe that because guess what? He just helped y'all case.
Yeah, because now you sit up here going through all this old bullshit. It's like, wait a minute, bitch. Tell me, but my lawyer keeps saying he finna testify against me. He finna testify against me. And this, that, and that. I said, what the fuck are you talking about? Ain't nobody said nothing. Your lawyer hadn't even talked to our lawyer yet.
I'm gonna give you some real shit. You know, I've been through a lot of shit with the law. Your job now is to stop talking to him. Let him keep texting.
Yeah.
Transcribe everything. Make sure it's all labeled and motherfucking detailed out, and send it to the lawyer. And then send the lawyer a doggone separate email explaining what that is you sent.
Okay.
Everything you're doing, I'm telling you, date stamped. Everything is date stamped. Everything, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I told you I missed my call, and you already know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Okay. You sat up there and you made that scream of a prayer, and you doggone broke down. And guess what? He just answered you.
Yeah, because I'm like, what are you talking about?
No, let him talk. We want him to talk.
I did right because see now he pissing me off. Okay.
But let him piss you off and use it to your advantage.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm trying to stay there because see, right now he's behind bars, and he could say all this little piece of shit, and I can't get to him because I'm
No, he's compromising the case by even communicating with you.
okay. See,
You hear
yeah,
me?
huh?
He's compromising the case by even communicating with you. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. I got that. Yeah, oh, yeah. I'm there already. You know, that's how come I said I got to give this to the lawyer because I'm like, what the fuck are you saying? You know, because
I'm
your
sitting,
lawyer.
I'm sitting here thinking. So, what the fuck have you done that you scared for somebody to say what the fuck you done? What did you do?
Listen, the whole idea of this is that because he said this to me before, and I still got his letters that he mailed me. Okay, because he was like, no, because he was like, because he wanted to apologize. His first email letter to me, my son said, "Well, he want to talk to you." I said, "For what? I ain't got shit to say to him." You know, I said, "You in this because of him? What the fuck I need to talk to him for?" You know. And so he said, "Well, I'm gonna let it." And okay, so he sent me a letter to apologize, and he wanted to hope that I forgive him. I said, "I ain't got shit to say to you." I said because my child is in this because of some shit that you did. Okay, some shit that you did because you introduced him to all of this. If my child didn't know you, this wouldn't be happening. Okay, so then he says, "No, this got everything to do with him." I'm like, "What the fuck does that mean?" And he wouldn't elaborate. Right? He would not elaborate. So now here he go again with these damn idle threats. Okay, or I'm a. Okay, what the fuck are you talking about? Okay, and then he keeps saying, "Well, my lawyers keep saying this." I called the lawyer. The first time he said that to me, I said, "What deals are on the table?" He said, "What are you talking about?" I said, "This child just sitting up here saying that his lawyer done told him that there's deals on the table." He said, I don't even know who the hell his lawyer is. You know, we haven't even talked. I don't know who the lawyer is. So there's nothing on the table because we're still waiting. We haven't even gotten anything. At that time, our lawyer couldn't even do shit with the case because he didn't have any information. They just got the discovery maybe about a month ago.
Wow.
Okay, now my baby been sitting up in there since July 20th, 2019. Okay. So all this time, and like, what the hell are you talking about? So he said up there, he texted me, telling me, "Oh, I've seen the video and I've seen his interview, and I thought he was supposed to be with me. He done sat down there trying to throw me under the bus." I said, "What the fuck are you talking about? He ain't talked to nobody since that time. That's when y'all first got him fucking arrested. You were sitting right there with them. And if he wasn't in the same room when they had the initial hearing, the police officer said everything at the goddamn trial. And I know you were there because I looked right in your motherfucking face. So what the fuck are you talking about? He done threw you up under the goddamn bus for? See? So yeah, but okay. I don't want my emotions to get the best of me.
Yeah,
But
you need to do what I told you. Take
how,
that, take
yeah,
that, take that energy and use it to doggone play chess. Okay, he playing checkers right now with his ignorance.
right.
You play chess.
So that there is that. But yeah, because he just sent this to me. Because I was telling him, you know, he's like, "Well, somebody lying." I said, "Your people lying to you, shit. Your people lying to you."
That ain't your fight. Don't worry about it.
The fuck is
Use
you
it.
all of me?
Use it to your advantage, Bristol.
Yeah. Cause okay, because I'm gonna let Stacy handle it. That shit. He wanted 10K for this damn case, and we got to come up with this other $5,300. So yeah,
Just forward everything to the lawyer and let him decipher it and use it to you guys' advantage.
right.
Because what it seems to me is it seems that this guy is fishing for information.
Mm-hmm. Right. So be that as it may. So otherwise than that, my darlings, yeah. What we're gonna do here, I got to give a shout out to Miss Fendi Fee, Master Fundi Fee rather. Um, I said I was gonna do a commercial, but I had this cute little box. I think I showed this to y'all in the beginning when I got it. It was a sampler set of her brand of wine. That y'all see all the bottles are gone, right?
Mm.
I just finished them. Um, and it took me a minute to do because I was trying to hold off on them. But these wines, child, are absolutely divine. But on our next show, I'm going to sit down and absolutely give her the credit and the full overview that I need. But I threw two of the bottles away, so to tell you what the other flavors were. But yeah, so I'll do that on our next show. But yes, indeed, darling. Vacations, staycations, and carrying on. I'm telling y'all, child, we really need to invest in those things to have moments of clarity and just those getaways, honey, that take you out of the norm.
Yes.
You know, take you out of your norm. That's why folks go get massages and facials and manis and petties and carrying on. It's because just to go in there.
Who taking facial? You said who? Somebody.
Watch, I knew your ass was gonna go there.
Oh, my bad. I thought you
Okay.
said. Okay.
You know what? You need to go to your room. That's where you need to go. Right in your damn room. Shut the door. Turn off the TV, and do not get on your damn phone.
I'm sorry. I'm hard of hearing.
You're not hard of hearing. No, you have selective hearing. Don't play with me.
Did I say hard? Okay, I'm sorry.
It might be hard, but I doubt if it's your hearing. Anyway, what was you saying, Meech? Okay, what was you saying? He can talk about nerves.
Okay, but a lot of what we have to deal with, honey, is understanding how to relish in ourselves, honey, and to make it okay. Because see, we have allowed popular culture to tell us it's selfish to do X, Y, and Z, and then we have some that go so far overboard to where it becomes narcissistic. You know, you have to find that happy balance. I keep y'all gonna hear me say this until God calls me home. One of the jewels of life is to find the happy medium between everything that you're doing. Yeah. One of the things that I am learning about the infinite creator, you hear all the time they say God don't like ugly and ain't too fond of pretty. I always say God is a God of beauty because beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And one of the things that God is a God of balance because everything balances out. In order for it to work properly, it is in delicate balance. Look at your body. Everything works in tandem, okay? And if anything gets out of place, okay, it throws everything off. Why? Mm-hmm. Because it is in delicate balance. Yeah. Okay. In delicate balance.
Everything has to do with checks and balances. Right.
Okay.
You can't so thrust forward if your balls are stuck between your thighs. You got to make sure you release them. You know, that way you get a full swing in your stroke.
Huh? You know what? And y'all say you're okay. Right here.
You know what?
Well, I know a lot of people who. Let me shut up. I was gonna go to where it is, but I'm gonna leave you right there.
This here, and you know what Barbara said? She said she did say that on the last week that she drove 9 hours to get here.
Right.
She just said that Friday. When did you go home, girl?
She ain't been home.
Okay. No, I'm trying to figure out when she going home because she'd have been here and we ain't seen her yet. She could have came out to the house.
Right.
Okay. Which would have been a hoot. Okay.
To give you a heads up that private chat.
Yeah.
Thing on the YouTube right there.
Yeah.
That's the video.
Okay.
I'm talking about the video from the car show, the music video. We all in that bitch.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh shit! Wait, no. Wait a minute. Hold on. Okay, no, fuck that. Wait a minute. No, sir. I'm finna play that right now. We might get popped for it, but I'm finna play it.
Oh Lord, they be popping people here lately because they popped the shit
Listen,
out of me the other day.
listen. Okay, listen. At this particular stage of the game, honey,
Hey,
this
they
is
tried to pop
breaking
me.
news.
Hey, Derek, they tried to pop us when we did a tribute to Prince around doing the cars, and I got on their ass so bad. Look, I got on their ass so bad. In 5 minutes, they put that bitch back up there.
That's really sad.
5 minutes, they released that video so fucking quick.
Wait a minute. I'm downloading it so that I can put it into the. I don't want to share the page. I want this to play directly into this do I diddy here, honey. So y'all give me a couple of seconds because we finna go to play this thing, honey. Wait a minute. Are we in this motherfucking video for real? Bitch, if I see myself in a rap video, that's gonna be over.
Well, you in a rap video, motherfucker.
Wait a minute.
Meech, I know you're a star and everything, but as long as you can tell me you're not twerking, sis, I'm good with it.
Hey, you know
No.
what? I'm gonna tell you where we at. Remember when we got down when they were shooting the video, and all of a sudden we said, "Fuck it, let's go straight over to it."
I know.
Okay, we at that part. They got that when we all came over there. So they got Cupcake, me, you.
Lord have mercy, Jesus. Wait a minute. Okay, Lord, it's a fire. I feel like Miss Thing, honey. Miss Brown, honey. Okay, ain't nobody got time for that. Lord Jesus, it's a fire.
Hey, even the white man dancing all over. Nobody told you they was gonna use him.
Oh, the white boy?
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Yeah, please.
Yeah, he was the money shot.
Yeah, that's what we call it, money shot. Huh?
I said, no ma'am, no ham, no turkey.
Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Hold on. I got to find. I just downloaded it. Now where did it go? Shucky ducky. Hold on, y'all. We coming. Just give me a second because I need to make sure that we do this the right way. I feel like Miss Millie.
Okay, Miss Millie.
Okay, I feel like Miss Millie. Hold on. We can do it. We can make it go the right way. Now, come on, top of the H. They said top of the H. Okay. Yes, indeed. Wait a minute, where did it go?
Yes, honey, because I know.
Wait a minute. I just did this. No, that's not it. Oh, it's because it's the. Damn it. Okay, that's why.
I was thinking of the same thing, Reg. The Sheila E. New remix. I love that. That joint.
Oh, hey, that is my girl.
Did she do that?
When I tell you,
yeah, I'm very. I don't get all that way about remixes or remakes.
But it didn't lose anything. The song didn't lose anything.
It did not. In fact, what I like about it is how they brought Angela Davis up in there.
Yes.
And how they're rapping it. Child back.
Hey, they had so many. They had so many doggone. If you really look at the video, like I looked at it twice, like back to back. You really look at it, all those points of interest, like you said, Angela Davis. The fact that it was a type of cover that her and her best friend that passed away, Prince himself, used to play around with in the studio to warm up with. They used to do that just to fuck around. So she actually recorded. And then the fact that she had on one of his shirts.
Right.
Wow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was peeping all that. And the way she did everything, even with that love in the background, that's him.
That was all him. Yeah.
That's all him.
Yeah, I was digging that, honey. I was digging that all day. Okay, come on. Here we go.
When she started hitting them congos, I was like, yes.
Right.
Yes.
And it did not lose anything.
Nothing.
It just felt refreshed. And it's so funny because we were just talking about that, Derek. I said that song needs to play. It needs to go back into the top 20.
Yeah.
To where it needs to go back into rotation. I'm gonna tell you another song that needs to do that, and that there is Glenn Jones, "I Am Somebody," and "The Universe Is Mine," baby. That song right there needs to be the protest march You know, when we looking for empowerment, when we talk about economic freedom and that needs to be the song. But here we go. Listen, y'all. Come on. I want y'all to understand something. Wait a minute. Let me put my little thing up here. Hold on. Let me run my banner. The copyright banner. Okay. We'll run the copyright banner because this here is an exclusive. Okay. We were here for the filming. What was it? 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago?
Yeah, the real Kiki featuring Dapper.
The real Kiki featuring Dapper. Okay, here we go, y'all. Listen. I will this motherfucker stop.
Hey, you was burnt, were you? What you do, Mix?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait. This is exclusive. This is complete exclusivity. Bitch, I done made a damn rap video, honey. I done made it into somebody's rap video.
Yeah.
Who would have thought it, honey? At 51 years old, this bitch in a rap video.
Thugging it out.
Thugging. And got listen, I got 2 cameos, child.
Yeah.
I got 2 cameos, bitch. Okay, right. And right. I'm the last frame. I'm the last frame before I go black. How about that? Oh.
How about they needed something to remember? That's why you was the last frame.
I'm the last frame, bitch, with my dishing t-shirt on, honey. Catch
Right.
that.
That way.
Yes.
I like that. I really like that.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
And the song is a hit.
Yes. Wah, wah, wah. Because that's what makes it off for me.
He said, broke niggas go wah, wah, wah. Bitches go wah, wah, wah. He said, Twitter fingers go wah, wah, wah.
All right.
Then he said, and then he said, slingshots go round, round, round.
Right. Wow. Oh my goodness. Okay, wait a minute. See, now I got to send this out to everybody. Now y'all know I'm finna fuck this up, right? Y'all know I got to go tag myself in on this YouTube page and say, pick me. Hot jiggity damn boom, honey. Oh my God, today. Wow, my nephew gonna get a kick out of that. My nephews will get a kick out of this, jab. Good evening, Louise. Okay. Oh, well, okay, then that just gave me an extra boost. Okay. If it was not so late, honey, I said, I'm ready to talk about some more shit. But I'm going to let y'all get ready to go because we did come in a little bit later than what we usually are. And right about now, we will be concluding our efforts. So, honey, thank you all for staying with us and being tuned in with us and carrying on. Honey, like, share, subscribe, discuss, because we brought stuff here that's going to help open up and hopefully to enlighten you so that you'll be able to continue the discussion elsewhere, honey. Okay, and things of that nature. I don't want you to shut your mouths, honey. I want you to open it and have good, decent, wholesome conversations. Whatever you can extrapolate from this, honey, or glean from it, share it with somebody else so that we can have the necessary conversations, honey, okay? You may finish all of your crumpets, my darling, because the tea has been dished, and you've been dishing tea, darling. So, with Big Meech and the big guy ally over there, that's Big Red Fella. Okay, in absence of Aunt Nikki, who was in the comments today, but I told you how she had to get the grandbaby ready for school. We have from the Nighthawk Network, the CEO, Mr. Eric Buckner himself, and also how your boy Derek with the Helena Twins.
What's up?
Okay,
what's
who's over here that then came on in to let us know what is going on and things of that nature. So, honey, listen, if you love us, tell all your friends, honey. But if you hate us, tell all of your motherfucking enemies. But do know this: one way, shape, style, form, or fashion, everything that we're doing here will move forward. Okay. So having said all that, my darling, just to, if y'all have not watched the finale of RuPaul's Drag Race season 13, honey, go check it out, honey. You'll be pleasantly surprised. Okay, they had a really good show and carrying on. Where if you haven't seen it, might not too bad because Simone is now our new Drag Race superstar and carrying on. But it was between she and Candy Muse, child. And I'm gonna say this all day, honey. Candy Muse earned my respect because all I heard was just this loud girl from the Bronx, this little Latino girl from the Bronx, big bitch who came up in there. But when you stop to listen to her, she was very fair. She made a lot of sense of carrying on. And then every week she did what she needed to do to take herself to the prize. And she was one of the, she made it to the top 4, but during the eliminations round, she was one of the top 2, she and Simone. And Simone was just became victorious. But that bitch worked. Okay. So having said all that, shout out to them girls. Next week Sunday, which is May 2nd, Pose final season starts next Sunday, May 2nd. Okay. And then next week, Monday,
Woo!
May 3rd.
Get ready, bitches. Epic
All I
in
can
the
say is
midget.
get ready. Just wait for the promos, honey. Wait for the promos. You'll see what's coming up. Okay. You will see what the tea is. Okay. So on that note, darling, wait a minute, let me take one more squirt of my little hand sanitizer and things, and all of that. So yeah, oh wait a minute, I don't have everything ready. Hold on. Y'all know I got to go and make sure this get ready so that when I try to do this, it's ready to sign off properly and I'm not sitting up here looking crazy. Okay, I think I'm ready. Okay. This is the last Sunday.
I'm ready. I'm willing.
You still giddy about your cameo, sis, and I'm proud of you. That's right, honey. Make your goddamn
honey,
cameo.
yes. And then in a rap video, could you stand it? Oh,
I really can't. I really can't.
You stand it.
I almost felt kind of thuggish. I was almost like,
and the thing of it is, see, I know how to do the trade dance like that for the little trade boys because the beat was all that because that's all they do, Now I don't understand it, but sometimes the music, that's all the music make you do. The music, that's all the music gets you to do. Okay.
Yeah,
so I'm like, all right. But I still had my flair because I had my towel and shit with me.
Honey, I saw your flair, honey. That was that was only for the trained eye, bitch. That was only for the trained eye, honey. Everybody couldn't touch that, honey. I caught her, honey, but I laid quiet, honey.
Okay. So yeah. Well, on that note, honey. Okay, all the bitches go, they go, wow, honey.
You really held your mouth open that time, bitch. I was not ready for that one, are you? I said, order ready, pick up next. Oh,
okay. Scene.